Quarantine and Rap is back. My bad for the delay in my live streams. Trying to get was working on trying to get some guests on here. But you know what I mean. Tonight is special. Um, Definitely one of my favorite artists. Um, you know what I mean. My bad. I got distracted. Definitely one of my favorite artists that I bumped into on YouTube, and since then I've just been rocking with her music ever since. I've actually had the honor of working with her, which you know what I mean we'll break into that shit later on down the line due to COVID and shit. But you know, let me not keep y'all waiting any further, ladies and gentlemen. She took her talents to South Beach, the BX's very own. Yeah. Bam, 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 bam. Jae Rose, she in the building. We here.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, Jae Rose is
Hey,
here.
y'all. Hey, hey,
I had
hey.
I had to walk all the way to Florida just to slide in the DM
I'm
to
dead. You
ask
so
her to be on
stupid.
quarantine and rap. Jae Rose with the red cup. She was like, hold on.
Listen, I know
Hold on.
there's wine in that red cup, but I didn't have no motherfucking wine glass because every time a bitch gets saucy off the wine, I drop the fucking wine glass and it breaks. So I'm shit
Oh,
out of wine glasses right now because of that.
oh
So
man.
we doing it the ghetto style. We doing it in the fucking solo cups. We doing it in the beer pong cups.
Okay, we're making it work. We're making it work.
Making it work.
Trey, we getting into the shits tonight. I first and foremost want to thank you for coming on Quarantine and Rap. Um, you know, what I mean, it's an honor to have you on. Like that whole format of how people normally interview, that's not really my thing. And my whole purpose behind Quarantine and Rap is to pick the brain of independent artists in hope that whoever's watching that does music is able to utilize information. And on top of that, I especially as someone that tries to pick something out that I hear that is like, oh, okay, maybe I can do this. You know, we're basically in a time where it's like, you know, the independent indies are the new major, and you're definitely someone that, you know, dope fucking MC, definitely an artist that I admire. There's not many. There's not many that you know that I get excited to listen to every time I get that email that something's dropped. Even though I see it in your stories, but sometimes I get the email and it's like, oh shit, Jae Rose dropped a new record. So you know, getting into the music, like, and once again, thank you because I know it's you're in the process of working on a project. Am I right? Like, what's like?
Yes.
Could you like fill us in like the whole like what exactly are you working on?
So I'm working on a couple things right now. First and foremost, I'm working on this EP. The EP is gonna be called The Illest Rose. Now it's gonna be my first project release. So you already know I have singles out, but I have never released an actual project on all streaming platforms. This is gonna be my first official project release. So I decided to go with the Illest Rose to kind of introduce myself. My name had to be included on that, so it draws people in, like people who already know my name, people already know Jae Rose. Okay, the Illest Rose. There's got to be a Jae Rose project. You know what I'm saying? Like there's got to be a Jae Rose project. So
Right.
I put the Illest Rose to kind of separate myself because there's other roses out there. You got Rosalia, you got fucking what's her name, Ruby Rose, but I'm the illest Rose. So that's why I put that on
Talk
there
your
to kind of
shit.
introduce myself to the world with my first official project release. So it's gonna be an EP, 5 songs, short and sweet, 5 songs to kind of let it marinate a little bit, and then I'm planning to drop one more EP after that, and then potentially an album. So I'm kind of working my way to the album release. Um, I don't want to give too much information, but on the EP, you already know who Queen of the Ring is. MS. Fit. If you don't know, go do your motherfucking research. She
Facts.
will be featured on the EP. So she's one of the artists that will be featured on the EP. My man's Pete Powers, Kingsbridge Ruler, nigga will also be on the EP. He from the Bronx too. He a Bronx OG, so he'll be on the EP as well.
Dope. Real dope.
Yep, yep.
So like, all right, so you mentioned it. So that perfectly goes into the next question. Like, you're someone with the way that music is consumed nowadays, right? You're definitely someone who's consistently dropping fire singles. But do you remember at what point you were like what pushed you to decide like, all right, I'm gonna just start dropping singles? Like what motivated you to do that?
So honestly, like if artists, I did my research. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm an artist that does research. Like, cause I'm not just putting out music because I love to do music. Yes, that's the main reason. I put out music because I love to do music. But I'm also an artist that I want to make it to the top. I want to be considered the best of the best to the whole world, like at least people in every motherfucking country. Like that's my goal. Excuse my language. I'm trying to grow my fan base internationally. Like I'm not just trying to be for the hood. I'm not just trying to be for the streets. I'm not trying to be mixtape queen. I want my label to pop. I want me to pop. I want to own an empire. I want to leave a legacy behind for my children and my children's children and etc. And potentially being in a place where, not that I don't have to do music anymore, because I will always want to do music. I love music. But be in a place where I can help others who want to do music, where I could potentially manage and assist others in chasing their dreams the same way I'm chasing my dream. Because sometimes people need that extra push, need that extra support. So that's the level that I'm trying to get to as an artist, where I'm at. So
Word. And when working on like when now that you're going into the body of work, right? Um what what is like how do you go about finding like that sound or that direction for your project?
so it goes back to with the single releases, like what you were asking. So for me, I feel like I'm inspired. I give credits to producers because producers have, I feel like, the hardest job. Any artist can write a song to pretty
Hmm.
much anything that inspires them. But I feel like producers don't get enough credit because it's their job to make a beat that's going to inspire the right artist. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm very picky when it comes to beats. I'm very picky when it comes to beats. And that's because if I can't hear myself on it, if I can't envision myself with visuals to it, if I don't feel it in my heart, like that's going to be a hit record, or
Mhm.
feel it in my heart, like that's going to touch somebody with me
Right.
on it, then I'm not going to do it. Like no hard feelings to the producers, but it's hard for them because if a producer really wants to work with you, you're the artist that they want on their beats, they have
Yeah.
to make a beat to your liking. They have to make sure that the beat supports you and your delivery and your
Yeah.
tone and everything. Like they have to pay attention to those details.
Right.
You could do acapella. You could fucking write a verse to acapella and not have a beat and spit whatever. But the producer has to work on making beats for the right artist. That's hard because that takes time.
Word.
And it's not always like, oh, I love your beat. Yes, I want it. That is super hard.
Like, all
So,
right, and now that you like you say that, right? Like, I'm the type of person, and even that's probably like one of the reasons why I hate SoundClick. Not that not that there's
oh,
trash on
SoundClick for
there,
me is throwback. I haven't been on SoundClick since I was fucking 15 years old. I haven't been on SoundClick.
but when I used to go on SoundClick, yo, the stress that I would go through listening to beats because I'm the type of person I probably cut a beat off within the first 3 to 4 seconds.
Can I just make a joke?
Mm.
It's Johnny Giuliano.
Yo,
I
Johnny
know you know that
Giuliano.
shit,
What?
Johnny
Johnny
Giuliano.
Giuliano.
Johnny
Yo,
Giuliano.
him, him. VTZ, um,
Vibe,
Cinema
vibe,
Beats,
vibe,
Anno Domini.
vibe beats,
Yo, for me,
vibe.
yo, those were like the main guys for me. When I would go on my beat searches, I'm like, yo, let me see what these guys got posted before I start looking elsewhere.
I'm dead. Is it Johnny Giuliano?
Damn.
That shit used to get me every time. But go ahead, my bad.
But like, the stress I would go through listening, because I'd cut a beat off like 3 to 4 seconds. Then it's like, okay, then the intro would get me, and I'm like, all right, let me see what the drop is. Once the drop is trash, I was like, yo, they just fucked up a perfectly good sample. Like
Hmm.
your beat search process. Do you have a specific process that you go through?
Oh yeah, definitely. I could when I listen to beats, I can listen to a beat at least three, four, 5 times. I'm looking for the beat that the first time I hear it, I'm sold. That's
Mm.
that's the beat that I'm looking. I think every artist should look for a beat like that. That's how you know when your artistry, when your soul is connecting to the beat instantaneously
Mm-hmm.
and it sparks inspiration and you already can hear yourself like on a with a hook and all that, like for on a roll, basically. That song that you played introducing me, one of my singles, is produced by Straight Up Beats. I came across that beat on BeatStars, right?
Right.
But BeatStars was just randomly playing shit. Like I just had it randomly playing shit. As soon as that beat came on and the beat dropped, like the intro was already fire, like the little samples it had going on. When the beat dropped, all I heard in my head was, "Don't know how to skate, but I bitch stay grinding." I just heard it. Like I already heard it in my head. And I don't freestyle. I don't fucking rap off the top of my head. But that shit just like magic. It popped up in my head. And I was like, I'm buying this motherfucking beat right now. Like that's how I'm beat shopping. Like if I can't connect with a beat instantaneously, or
Mm.
at least on the second time I listen to it, I don't have a catchy ass hook. Cause I start all my songs off with the hooks.
Okay.
Some artists do it the other way around. Some artists do verses and then hooks. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like what makes or breaks a song primarily is the hook. Cause
Yes.
that's gonna be what sticks with your audience more than anything else.
Right.
Lyrical people are gonna listen to your verses and know your words word for word, like if they're hot bars and they fucking with it, yes. But your hook primarily has to catch the audience. So I'm a hook beast. Like every time I hear a beat, I go straight to where the hook is supposed to be. If it's in the beginning, great. If it's in the middle, I go to that part and I listen to it over and over again. If I don't hear a fucking hit hook in my head to that beat, I ain't fucking with it.
Damn.
I ain't
And,
fucking with it.
and who are some of your musical influences?
um Musical influences, definitely the people that are no longer here. I'm
Mm.
definitely gonna start with Pun, Biggie, Pac. Those are my three biggest influences. Um, After that comes, as far as catchiness, flow, and as far as commercializing myself, who I look up to, and as far as commercializing myself as an artist, I would definitely say Drake. I would definitely say Lil Wayne, because Lil Wayne had the bars, but he also commercialized himself as an artist. Um, I would also say, as far as accomplishments go in the rap game for females, as far as accomplishments go and where she's at right now, like her fortune, what she's sitting on, Nicki Minaj. I'm sorry, but she's such an intelligent individual as far as what she did and how she did it with her musicality, with her artistry. She could rap on anything. You fucking put her on a fucking NSYNC song and she'll rap a fucking, you know what I'm saying, a bomb ass verse that everybody and their mother's gonna know the words to. Like she is diverse, she's
Yeah.
versatile. Like she could get on anything,
And
literally anything.
that's the crazy thing too, because it's like she's just not like she isn't just a rapper. Like when she can do that, that's like yo, that's the fucking MC. Like that's the lyricist being able to dive into every pool that they could possibly get into and master it. Me
Exactly.
personally, I may not be a super fan of her music, but as a rapper, I know she can kick ass. And I would never take that away from her. And the fact that she's able to get into these different zones, you'd be a sucker not to respect that.
Here's the thing though. This is what I want to say to a lot of artists. There's two different kinds of artists, just two. There's only two. There's an artist that wants to make music, that just wants to make music, right? But there's also an artist that wants to make music and money.
Mm.
There's artists that can make great music. It could be great music, but is it putting money in your pockets? Are people buying that fucking album? And when I say people, I mean, is the whole motherfucking United States, is at least a certain amount of people in each fucking state buying your music or streaming your music? That's the goal. Do you
Mhm.
want to just be block hot, or do you want to be internationally hot? Do you want money flowing in? Do you want residuals? You know what I'm saying? Do you want your own company to be successful? Do you want your face to be on fucking Mac makeup covers and shit in every store and be, like, do you want to be a top selling artist? That's what it boils down to. You just want to push it out to push it out just because it connects with you and you just want to get shit off your chest. That's great. That's music is my diary too. I have songs that I haven't put out yet that will be on the album because it's album type music that will be on the album that I haven't put out yet. That is real shit. That is about my personal life. That is about pain I've went through, my struggles, my hurt, my motivations, all that shit. So again, it all boils down to you could be two kinds of artists. You could be one or the other. You could also be both. But which one do you care more about? Do
Right.
you want to make music and just make music for the rest of your life? Or do you want to see something come from the music that you make? Do you want that little flower that's sprouting out of the mud to become a bouquet? Like, do you want it to be that? You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to do music because I love to do music, but I'm trying to make money with the masterpieces that I make. And when I say masterpieces, I mean I'm focused on putting out shit that I know people are gonna want to listen to. At least I'm trying my best to, because it's hard. It could be hard as an artist to separate yourself from what you would normally listen to and what
Hmm.
you would think is hot, and change up what you would want to put out because of how you want to listen to it
Right.
versus how the world wants to listen to it.
Hmm.
that
Yeah.
that I feel like is every a lot of artists that I know, I feel like is their biggest downfall, is
Right.
that they're so focused on what they want to listen to, and then they're like, why am I not seeing no results?
Or even
And then
being
be
scared,
mad.
or even being scared to change it up because they think that their peoples is gonna be like, yo, that's not you. But it's like, yo, that there is a world outside of, like, they get scared to because they think that their people or their community is going to be like, yo, that's not you. We don't really rock with that. But it's like, yo, that there's a world outside. And I say the tri-state bubble, there's a world outside of that. The fucking people in Kentucky is gonna be like, yo, he's fired. I'm a fan. I'm gonna follow him. So what one person may not like, 100 more may like. So it's like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean. Like I was told one day is that, yo, stop worrying about these local niggas and stop worrying about these global niggas. And ever since then,
Exactly.
it's always been like, yo, I'm not gonna keep my mind trapped in, locked into this tri-state bubble because I know that there's a world out there that's gonna fuck with what I can do. And that every artist should have that mentality and not try to stay, oh, I'm gonna be a hood nigga forever. But you
That's
said,
that's the goal. Like that's supposed to be, again, is every person is different. Some people are okay with working a day job for the rest of their life and just doing music as a hobby.